Hello, Rinkrats. We're back to some more Buffalo Sabres franchise mode in FHM 12. And in this one, we're on July 1st, heading into year number 5 now it is. And our roster, for the most part, is set. However, I would like to go into free agency to sign one guy for our defensive core, and that would be the 39-year-old veteran Erik Karlsson. That's right. He's a 3.5-star ability still has a really good offensive category at this point in his career. 19-team player, very good mentally. Physically, he's not so great at this point, but, that's to be expected. And then defensively, he's kind of shaky as well. However, as we take a look at his point production from last season, 52 points with Columbus in 82 games played, 72 grade. If we were to get him for one season, that would really help this team, at least in the short term. He wants 2 years. I will give him 1. Let's see what he thinks about $5 million for 1 year. He really wants that 2 years. I'll take him to 5.5. All right, good. I will give him that. Now, another thing we have to consider is the extension of Tage Thompson coming up. He had 69 points in 77 games played this past season. He had 95 points the year before, 63 goals. So he's clearly still a very good player. He wants 8.9 for 3 years. Now, this contract's going to start when he's 32, and that takes him to 35. So is he still going to be worth it by that point? I certainly hope so. That said, Thompson has had some struggles in the playoffs. Now, it's worth noting that he was injured these past playoffs. He was on the 3rd, 4th line most of the time. But the first year we made the playoffs, year number 2, he only had 1 goal in 7 games played. And that was followed up by a great playoff performance, of course, with 16 goals, 23 games played. And of course, that year we won the Stanley Cup. But overall, Tage Thompson has been great for us throughout the entirety of this GM mode so far. No less than 41 goals in any one season. And we're clearly missing him whenever he's out of the lineup. So I think we should probably extend him, although I don't know if I want to go 3 years. I might go 2 instead. All right, I got him down to 8.46 for 3 years. I mean, that's a solid deal for him right now. That is certainly a solid deal for him right now. I'm just worried about how he's going to age. But overall, I think Tage Thompson is worth the risk to sign this contract for him. So ask for a response, submit offer. And so with that done, I think we'll advance to the draft order announcement, and we will see the decision on Karlsson. And there it is. Ostlund and Thompson have signed their extensions. The U.S. has offered a national team job. I mean, we actually already did this earlier on in the franchise mode. It was like very early. I think it was episode 2 or 3. So I think for right now, I'm going to reject that. Ooh, we've been one up by Montreal on Karlsson. All right, so we're up to 6.1 for 2 years. I'll take him to 6.8 for 1 year. And now it's time for the draft lottery. At number 16, you have Dallas, followed by Anaheim, the Islanders, Colorado, San Jose, Tampa, Chicago, Philly, Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary, Pittsburgh, Carolina. So Pittsburgh moves up. And at number 3, you have Ottawa, followed by LA at number 1, and then Pittsburgh at number 2. Oh boy. So Colorado has now one-upped us on Karlsson. He's looking for 2 years at 7.5 effectively. Can we afford that? I don't think so. Because we're at 89 million right now. So 7.5 would take us over 95.5. Yeah. Ooh, Byram wants 8.5 for 5 years. He's a good player, but it's starting to get a little much for Bowen Byram. Then Greenway wants 6.2 for 1 year. Bryazkin wants 1.3 for 2 years. That's a nice cheap deal for a decent player. We'll do that for sure. So right now I'm just trying to see if there's anybody who I know I don't want to re-sign and maybe I can validate trading them. Evans wants 4.2 for 3 years. I mean, he's making 4.9 for 1 year right now. Marino wants 5.1 for 2 years. I mean, I know none of this is going to affect Karlsson going into next year, right? Because he'd be 40 by then and probably off our roster anyway. But I'm trying to determine right now if there's any players that are worth getting off our roster for this year to have Karlsson for 1 year. Because if we get Karlsson here, then we're over the cap for sure. The thing is, I, for the most part, like our defensive core the way it is. And I'm not willing to give up Morrow, who is only 26, in exchange for 1 year of Erik Karlsson, right? And then John Marino, he's 32. He, of course, does have an extension coming up, but he's pretty solid defensively. Then Brock Faber, only 26, 15 old school defenseman rating. He's very solid all around. The only one who I would consider trading here is Byram, and that's because, I'm not sure if I want to give him what he's asking for salary-wise. But even then, you're just replacing one talented offensive defenseman with another. I'm not sure how much of a difference that would really make. Yeah, I think we're going to have to be out on Karlsson here. I just don't see how we're going to make this work without really disrupting things on the back end. And with that being said, we're going to get to the draft now. We're picking at number 25. So hopefully, I mean, it looks like there will still be a 3-star potential player available by that point. It looks like there's actually a 2-star ability in this draft. Krzysztof Misek got the 19 passing already. Physical ratings are up there. Defensive ratings are pretty good. Mental ratings are not that great, but they can be worked on. Ooh, if he's on your roster, controversy will follow. That's not great. Weakest part of his game is his intangibles as well. I mean, I might take a chance on him if he falls to 25, but I can't imagine he's the kind of guy who I'd want to trade up for. I mean, he's ranked at number 60 anyway, but I mean, you never know with this game, right? So let's pick until human and see who is available for us at number 25. All right, here we are, pick number 25. Misek is still there, but I think we're going to look at our other options first. You have a 6'6" goaltender, Hakon Road. He has the AD scouting grade though, so that's not necessarily a guaranteed 4-star potential. 926 save percentage in 5 games played last year. He's got some okay ratings, but he's going to take a while, as most goaltenders do anyway. Yeah, a lot of these players look like they're going to be projects. All right, I like this guy, Hampus Englund. He is a right defenseman, half-star ability, 3-star potential, 2.5-star consensus. Offensive ratings are already pretty good. Defensive ratings, of course, need to be worked on. Physical ratings, his agility is good. And then mental ratings, his determination is at 14, temperament at 20, professionalism 17. Strengths and weaknesses, the strongest part of his game is his playmaking ability, his pretty good stamina, takes training really seriously, like that. His physical strength is above average. He's above average skater, pretty good ability to read the play. Weakest part of his game is his physical play and a frequent visitor to the disabled list. So he's not perfect, but there's a lot to like about Hampus Englund, I think. And while Krzysztof Misek certainly does look intriguing, he does have that personality trait of controversy will follow if he's on your roster. So maybe if he's there with our next pick, then I'll take him. But I'm really liking the look of Hampus Englund here. So we'll be taking him with this pick. Welcome to the Buffalo Sabres, Hampus Englund. Oh, we have another pick at 29. I didn't even realize. So let's see who's available for us at number 29 as well. All right, so Misek is still there at 29. We could also take a left defenseman, Hans-Jakob Handel. Yeah, we're in serious need of some defensive prospects here. I think we should take Handel. Either him or Rudiman. Rudiman's got the 4-star consensus potential. Oh, but if he's on your roster, controversy will follow. He does perform better under pressure, though. Strongest part of his game is his intangibles. So Rudiman, despite his personality, does have a lot of positives as well. He was projected to go at number 9. All right, let's compare him and Handel attribute-wise. Mentally, they're very similar. There's really not much difference. Physically, I got to give it to Rudiman because of that 14 speed. Offensively, I mean, Handel's got that 13 getting open, but Rudiman has the 14 puck handling, so I don't know. I think they're basically tied there. And then defensively, there's really not much difference between them here either. Very, very minimal difference between these two. Now, the strongest part of Handel's game is his intangibles. I like that. But the same can be said for Rudiman. And Rudiman performs better under pressure. So I think I like Rudiman better if we're ignoring the fact that if he's on your roster, controversy will follow. That said, I think Rudiman has more upside, just given his listed strengths and the fact that he seems to perform better under pressure. So I think I'll take a chance on him. Welcome to the Buffalo Sabres, Adrian Rudiman. All right, let's send to our next pick. And we're at pick number 61. And wow, Misek's still there. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, why not, right? I mean, he's still there. He's for sure the best player available at this point of the draft. I mean, again, I don't really like his personality. The fact that if he's on your roster, controversy will follow. And he's also not known for being loyal to his teams. So not really any positive personality traits there. But that said, he's already basically NHL ready. So Krzysztof Misek, welcome to the Buffalo Sabres. All right, pick number 93 now. I think we're going to take David Skarepa here. He's a 1-star ability winger, 2.5-star potential, 3-star potential on the consensus. Offensive ratings are already pretty good. Puck handling is at 16. Offensive read is at 14. Defensive ratings need some work. Physical ratings are already pretty good. Mental ratings, once again, need some work. But I would say he's pretty solid. His strengths and weaknesses, his strongest part of his game is his playmaking ability. He's very strong, pretty good stamina, pretty good ability to read the play. Skating is pretty good as well. The weakest part of his game is his defensive play, and he seems to be prone to injuries. But personality-wise, he takes success in stride, doesn't let criticism get him down, and scores very high on our Q tests. So positive personality traits, and just a pretty good player for this point in the draft. So I think we'll be taking David Skarepa here with this pick. Welcome to the Buffalo Sabres. We have a trade offer actually. So Edmonton wants the 93rd overall pick. Well, I mean, we just we just used it, so I'm gonna have to reject that. All right, we're at pick 125 now, and I think with this pick we're gonna take Ignat Onufrievich. I had to practice that one before saying it right there. He's got the 1-star ability, 2-star potential on the team scouting, 3-star consensus. Mental ratings are pretty good already. Determination's at 15. Offensive ratings are pretty good. good. Defensive ratings could use some work. Physical ratings are decent, but then he's got the speed at 17, which is particularly attractive. And then strengths and weaknesses wise, his strongest part of his game is his skating, pretty good on ice vision. He's above average skater. Weakest part of his game is his physical play, but none of his weaknesses are a serious liability. Personality, he doesn't let criticism get him down. He enjoys the spotlight, and he isn't known to be particularly dirty. So Ignat Onufrievich, welcome to the Buffalo Sabres. And we did not have any 5th, 6th, or 7th round picks, so that is the end of the draft. And inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame this year are Keith Yandel, Rod Brindamore, Matthew Schneider, and Chris Osgood. Ooh, Ostlund injured in the preseason, bone bruise for 1 to 2 months. All right, so we're at the end of the preseason, and this is our roster heading into year number 5. So you have Levi and Linders in net. On defense, you have Dahlin, Evans, Byron, Faber, Marino, Morrow, and Mertka. He's getting the chance this year. And at forward, you have Thompson, McKenna, McLeod, Benson, Helenius, Nuchev, Greenway, Beryoskin, Lehkonen, Stenberg, Evans, Aram Olsen, Wahlberg, and of course, Ostlund. So with all that done, I think we're ending things off here, but not before I thank the channel members. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we start the Year 5 regular season simulation.